evening and welcome to our 9 p.m. English news brought to you live by RTD. My name is Anna Farah. Djibouti World Bank, the Zero Bidonville project on rail. Iraq IS, the army announced it has been taking over the center of Hawazin. The Minister of Finance, in collaboration with the World Bank and the Ministry of Housing, organized a workshop to validate the project called the Zero Slum Plan. The BOLD program will integrate the resurfacing of housing and will put an end to the slum in the capital by improving the urban living condition in a sustainable manner and responding appropriately to the needs of decent housing for all Djiboutians. This project reflects in particular a political will affirmed by the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, which made it one of the flagship projects of his government. Implementation of this project involved synergy within the various ministerial departments involved to accelerate this work with the social dimension, but also economic spin-off such as job creation. The Minister of Finance, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dawale, said in an interview that this workshop has been discussed around the table with the bears. The question that is dear to everyone related to housing and more especially to the objective of slum dwelling. The objective of this meeting is to provide decent housing for Djiboutian citizens. In the context of preparation for the commission of the new railway line Djibouti-Addis Ababa, test series with the train loaded is carried out on the line between Addis Ababa and Djibouti. During this operation of speed test and carried out with a heavy convoy of 3,500 tons in double traction loads of sand, and then passenger trains, the train test makes several paths go back through the border of Galilee in the two directions of traffic. A team from the RTD of Djibouti traveling in the train cabin, a record time of 40 meters from Nega to Ali Sabih was recorded on this trip. After the arrival of the new field at Ali Sabih, the Minister of the Region, Mr. Hassan Idris, and the Minister of Transport, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir, taking a partner awareness meeting. During the discussion, the USAID Minister of Health and the Regional Director highlighted the work agenda of the program to be implemented by the US agency on the behalf of the year 2018 in order to improve coordination to ensure better implementation. The two parties agreed to set up a joint technical team to monitor and evaluate activities, including the work plan 2018 in the fight against HIV/AIDS, and finally USAID will contribute to finance a national household health survey plan for the year 2018. The Minister of Muslim Affairs and Culture, Mr. Momin Hassan Bari, has received this hearing the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia credited to Djibouti, Mr. Abdulaziz bin Abdullah Daoud, accelerating the change of the religion attaché Sheikh Abdul Barik Hawaki. This visit has been open to the review the good cooperation relation between the Minister of the Muslim Affairs and Culture and the different institutions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This morning, on Thursday, October 5, 2017, the Minister of Housing, Urban Planning and Environment, Musa Mohammed Ahmed, received in his office the representative of the United States, Mr. Alexander Hamilton, accompanied by the economy attaché of the ambassador of the United States. Participated in this meeting Mr. House Rirash Roble, the Director of the Environment and Sustainable Development. The Minister discussed with the Ways and Means Office ways of strengthening cooperation with the United States in the field of pollution, biodiversity, monitoring, environmental protection in general. The Minister also discussed with the representative of the United States the possibility for training and capacity building in the field of the environment. The woman delegation, accompanied by the President of the Executive Community of Harar Region, currently in Djibouti, has made this morning a visit to the headquarters of UNFD. The complete delegation with two members, which present the Harar region, Madame Hanan Douri Abdelkader, was accompanied his visit by the First Lady Khadra Mahmoud Haid. The delegation has been received by the Secretary General of UNFD, Fatma Moussa, surrounded by parliamentarians women. The Director General of National Security Fund, Mr. Hassan Roble Obsiye, and the President of the Bus and Minibus Union, Mr. Abdullahi Elmi Okiye, signed on Wednesday, October 4, 2018, a partnership agreement on the health assurance universal. This agreement allowed the owner of the buses and the minibuses and their family to be benefited from full medical coverage. The owner of the buses and minibuses, as well as their family, will have access to all care offered by under the Universal Health Assurance Scheme and receive a full medication cover in the same way as other assurance person in a case official and contractor, explained Dr. and the CNSS. For his part, the President of the bus and minibuses, Mr. Abdullahi Ilmi Okiye, thanks the DJ and the CNS for the initiative. He also recalled that this convention was historical since it allows self-employed work to have medical cover under the assurance scheme, so that he invited the member of the union to register and register their family. Indeed, the Universal Health Assurance launched at the end of 2014 by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, aim to guarantee the access to quality care for all, a system based on solidarity that wins each day of the grant. And now, still on the national news, on October 3rd, 2017, at 8:40 hours p.m., the gendarmerie of the Brigade 345 became aware of voluntary homicide that came in from the private college Zoom located in District 5. Immediately, the gendarmerie arrived on the scene of crime. On the scene of the gendarmerie found the step victim, the first of whom lay on the ground in a blood bath. She was touched in the left thorax, while the second victim was severely affected at the abdominal level left side. The investigation undertaken by the gendarmerie of the Brigade 345 made it possible to identify in the first place the perpetrator of these heinous crimes. There were two young people between the age of 18 and 24, one of whom is British nationality and the other one Canadian nationality, but both Djiboutian origin. And now let us move on to international news. In Iraq, the army announced it has been taking over the center of Hawija, the Islamic State group. Iraqi force said on Thursday that have taken over the center of Hawija, one of the last two strongholds of the Islamic State group in Iraq, claiming to continue their progress to liberate the whole area. Army and police united at Hadar Shabi, paramilitary force engaged in the battle for the request of Hawija have liberated the city center as a whole, continued their progress, said in a statement General Amir Yarala, who led the operation. That is all for this evening news. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a wonderful evening.